Hi students, Ms. Bowie here to go over what you need to do for your 3D portfolio for Art and World Cultures. So we're going to go over what you need to do. What do I need to do? What materials can I use? How do I present my work? And I have questions. So first, three-dimensional art pieces presented in the dimensions of height, width, and depth occupy physical space and can be perceived from all sides. So when we're talking about 3D sculpture and 3D art, you are going to make something that you can see from all sides. If you were to, it would be a ceramic piece, a sculpture, a mobile, something that it can be freestanding or that you can view it from three different sides. So it has height, it has width, and it has depth. It occupies that physical space. 3D art and craft materials, there's all kinds of things you can use. Traditional materials would be plaster gauze, polymer clays, wire, foam board, polystyrene shapes, epoxy putty, modeling paste, clay. You can find natural materials. You can find all kinds of things that are used in children's arts and crafts that can be used, like Play-Doh, modeling clay, etc. And you can also create it with found object. Found object is a loan translation from the French objet trouvé. It describes art that is created from modified objects and products that are not normally considered material that art is made from. And it's made from materials that usually have a non-art function, but when they put them together, it becomes art. So if you were to use a tea kettle or old pots and pans or old doll parts or old sport equipment, or different things that you find around that you could make into sculpture, that would be found object. Sort of recycled, upcycled, all those terms that you would use now. So what do I do? You're going to create a three-dimensional piece of art using the material of your choice. For example, you could create a sculpture using clay, wood, stone, metals, plaster of Paris, or other materials. Your artwork should demonstrate thought about its design and skill in the tools used to create the artwork. When you finish with your art piece, take a photograph of the piece, insert the photograph of your artwork in a word processing file or in a Google Doc or a PowerPoint, which we use all the time now, and answer the questions that were provided into the file. And then you would submit that into Dropbox. I have some resources here. There's this is going to be on the message board. So there's the most famous sculptures throughout history. So there's some different things you can look at. And also some Pinterest ideas for creating three-dimensional art. Self-critique, these are the questions that you will be answering that will be included with your artwork. Describe the sculpture you created, including the materials you used to make it. What tools did you use to create your artwork? What was your inspiration for the piece? What meaning does it have? Identify 2 elements or principles of art related to your sculpture. And remember, form is one of the elements of art, and form can only be applied to 3D artwork. Discuss how these elements or principles of art affect the mood or feeling of the sculpture. Create an art critique of your three-dimensional artwork using analyze, interpret, describe, analyze, interpret, and evaluate. So once you answer those questions and create your self-critique along with your photo, you just upload those. Best laid out in a Google form or a PowerPoint, and you can upload those. Presentation and questions. So once you submit that to me, you should be done. If you have it in a Google Doc or a PowerPoint, I will give you an extra point of credit as opposed to the just putting it in a PDF. Unless it's a PDF of a Google slide. Anyway. If you have any questions, then you can just please drop a note into the Dropbox saying that I would like to meet with you or come to a live lesson for more help on this project before I get started. This will be the last project you have to do for this class, and you'll have until the end of the semester to complete it. So if you drop a note in the Dropbox, I will get back to you. And after Thanksgiving break, we're going to have a live lesson to go over some ideas for this, and I'll share some student work with you that could help you along your way. So I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you all soon.